Science is bad for you. Run now.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like...
Greetings, comrades. This is I'm Caleb, back with another Dwarf Fortress video. Was expected to upload one so early this week, because, well, I usually upload on Saturdays, but here I am uploading one today. So, yeah. I figured I had some time to kill, so I figured I might as well get a Dwarf Fortress video out there. Which means there won't be an upload on Saturday. Well, there will be, but it'll be a retro gaming video. I'm going to finish up the Action 52 on the Genesis. But anyway, so I mentioned in the previous video that I'm just going to take my chances and attack the capital of the Elven Kingdom of Asinine, which I have a lot of military units now. Well, gotta give time to, you know, kind of start up, if you will, because there's a lot of stuff around here and so many dwarves in the fort. It takes a bit of time for it to get up to speed. Human swordsman, okay. So anyway, I mentioned in the previous video that I'm going to attack the Elven capital. So I have 5... If we'll scroll down... Okay, so 5... You have 8 military squads. So... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invade their capital now, just to see how they all fare. The Dabbling Blazes. The Elven Fortress of Aegis Merchant. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send all my squads. And we'll see how it goes. While that's going on, figured I'd get a little of what's going on. Well, how much going at work? They're still remodeling the restrooms, which I figured they would be. They technically got all the tiling done. They just got to install the new toilets and urinals. And the sinks in the women's room, because the layout's pretty much the same, it just looks a little better. The King English has satisfied with their position here. Everything is properly royal, properly furnished, and yet, a true mountain home must have a true throne, and a true ruler requires 7 symbols. Symbols not of this world. Mere steel will not suffice. Deeper. We must dig deeper. Indeed we shall, but first we got some business to take care of. Yeah, they've been installing like new freezers, new coolers for like the meat market and stuff like that. So yeah, I know some people aren't too happy with some of the remodeling, but at that point I don't really care. I just work there. It does look nicer, I will say that. And a little bit of we like news. As if you saw the news, you know that we recently lost Dolly Parton, legendary country singer, which I'm not a country person, but I'm familiar with Dolly Parton. So just lost her just yesterday. And today we got the news that we lost a legend in the acting world, Tim Curry. That's the same Tim Curry that played Anatoly Trident in Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. Can't believe that game's almost 20 years old at this point. How time flies. But yeah, he recently passed away. Which... Yeah, I recognize quite a few of his like voice lines and stuff throughout different cartoons and stuff, but hearing that news definitely hits hard. What would hit even worse for me is if Arnold Schwarzenegger left us, because the guy's like 79 years old, and Dolly Parton and TEAMGROUP both died at age 80. So let's hope this isn't some new club at the 27 club, where people die at the young, ripe age of 27, and seeing people die at the age of 80, that would not be... that would not be pleasant. See, yeah, a lot of my military's heading out. We're gonna see how they fare against the Elven capital. 300 elves against 80 well-armored and well-armed dwarves. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. Also had a little bit of a family issue going on. Not gonna get too much details, but basically, it involves at least no longer crashing out with us. Like, she'd been with us for like almost 5 months now, and she's getting a little noisy in the nighttime, and it was not sitting well with me. I told her multiple times to keep it down while I'm trying to get rest because I work early in the mornings, but she still didn't get the memo, so unfortunately it now results in her no longer crashing out with us. She can still visit and stuff, but yeah. I wasn't too happy about it, but at the same time I feel like I'm being too lenient. So hopefully she takes the opportunity to straighten out. Like, she's an adult now. She needs to start acting like one. Let's see. It's kind of nice to have a little peace and quiet now. And it's nice to have my own bathroom again. My nephew had to share that bathroom there for months, which we've been keeping it clean and stuff. We kind of shared that bathroom when my dad was still around. So what's this? Maintain the construction of certain goods. Okay, what kind of goods? See, make bags, make helms. We had those, but I guess we can make another one. Not a clothier shop. Leatherworks? Yeah, let's make a bag. And I guess metalsmith. Well, they're kind of already doing that, so... Here. Go and get rid of that, and... Yeah, just make that helm. See, I have like 80 dwarves out. We'll see how they fare against those damn elves. This mission, okay, yeah, this... It's a few days travel, so yeah. Yeah, I was shocked to see that Tim Curry had passed away just recently. And I was just as shocked yesterday when Dolly Parton left. Again, I'm not a country music person, but I do recognize the name Dolly Parton. Pretty only knows what they know are hers because she has like a line of like frozen foods like cheesecake, Salisbury steak, like cornbread mix and stuff like that. it's crazy. Anyway, so anyway, I recently downloaded the Modern Warfare 4 beta. Granted, it's a preload. Can't really play it till the end of the week because there was a closed beta last week or so, and the open beta starts in a few days. So I'm going to see how that goes. Maybe Modern Warfare 4 turn things around, but given how the last few Call of Duties have been, I'm actually starting to doubt it. But I've seen like the trailers, you know, the Apex attachments, the special movement where you climb up pipes and stuff to go through windows and stuff. All that's fine and dandy, but if the core gameplay itself isn't fun, then we'll see. But it doesn't matter how shitty the gameplay is going to be. People are still going to buy it. That being said, even if it does turn out good, I'm not going to buy it day one. Because I have more important things to put my money on. Again, like bills and car maintenance, as I mentioned several times. Speaking of car maintenance, I'm going to be taking my car to Goodyear tomorrow because I have a water pump leak. And I checked underneath. It's not a huge leak. Like when I go to work and I stop, after like an hour or so, there'll be like a very small puddle of coolant on the ground. And I know it's not too big, because if it was really big, then there'd be a bigger puddle, and that'd be bigger issues, like a radiator crack or something like that. But I looked under the car, it's just a water pump. Though I can't tell if the pump needs to be replaced, or if it just needs a new gasket. So I'm going to get that checked out. But my cooling system's fine. Like, I checked both the radiator and the reservoir. There's still plenty of coolant in there. My cooling system's like a little over 3 gallons of coolant. So, it's going to be okay. But I want to get that issue addressed beforehand. And I checked everything else. I checked my oil. There's no coolant mix inside. And I'm not seeing any white smoke coming out of the exhaust or anything like that. So, I know it's not a head gasket. God help me if I have a blown head gasket. And I did check the coolant. It's actually surprisingly good, even though I had it changed like 2 years ago. General consensus, it changes like every 3 to 5 years, depending on what kind of coolant it is. Some say 7 years, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. Or 150,000 miles. I don't drive nearly that much. I may just drive to work and back, an occasional trip to AutoZone. So I don't plan on buying too many gaming-related things in the future. But honestly, I'm once I get the fluids changed out, I just gotta change out the coolant. I'm gonna do a coolant flush sometime next year, provided they don't do it when they're changing out the water pump. And I just need to change out my transmission fluid. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video, but I'm going to mention it here. I was trying to change the transmission fluid last weekend, but the T30 plug in the transmission drain plug, it would not come off. Even though I got some proper torque ratchet sockets, I couldn't get that thing to budge. So my only choice is to order a new transmission drain plug. It should come later in the week. So once it shows up, then I'll get around to change out the fluid. In the meantime, I should probably get a measuring container so I know how much fluid I take out, so I know how much to put back in. Because I want to make that car last as long as possible, I promise you that. I think what I'm going to do, maybe in a couple months, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set aside like $100 a month and just put that in a separate envelope specifically for like car repairs and like car maintenance and stuff. Because some things I can do myself. You know, I can replace O2 sensors. I can obviously change the oil and stuff. You know, I kind of know how to change out the brakes. When I haven't done it myself, but I've seen videos of it. It's super easy. You're just changing the brake pads and the rotors. That's fine. Changing the calipers is a little more complicated because you have to like take out the old brake line, and then you put that in the new caliper, and then you have to like bleed the system in order to get brake fluid parts so there's not air in the system, because that's going to cause major problems with the braking system. But yeah, I can replace my own brakes and stuff. And I can even replace my own timing belts. I just need the proper tools for it. Because I've seen it's pretty easy. Like, I've seen a video like, you know, like change. It's not only easy to change out the timing belt, but also easy to change out the tensioner pulley, as well as the idler pulley. Like, they're very close and they're really easy to replace. Water pump, not so much. That's why I'm taking it to Goodyear. Because the thing with my car, you don't have to take out the radiator, but what you have to do is you got to take out the cooling fan as well as the motor, because right behind that cooling fan is a water pump. Before you do that, you have to like drain out the coolant, and then I think you have to maybe move out the coolant reservoir, so you have more room, and then you have to take out the timing belt. Course, because the water pump, its pulley is part of the timing belt. So I see, yeah, there's the AC compressor, the water pump, the power steering pump, the alternator, the idler pulley, and the tensioner pulley. All those coincide with that timing belt, and you had to put it in a very specific manner, because otherwise you'll risk messing something up and maybe destroy the timing belt. My timing belt's fine, by the way. I checked it quite a few times, and there's no cracks on it or anything. I just realized I haven't made a save. I meant to do like a manual save before I set my dwarves out, but I think they're gonna be okay. Wait. They did it. They did it. They did it. They did it. Yeah. Everyone at Aegis Merchant is dead.
Everyone in
Aegis Merchant
is dead.
At least I think they're dead. We won't know until we get the report. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, they got spoilers for. Let's check the mission report first. Let's see. Dwarf attack. The friends were led by the Elfima Leap Touch. With a cunning outmatched, the attackers had a strong positional advantage in Aegis Merchant. So attack the elf. Okay. Right eye was stabbed out. Oh god. Here, I want that populate real quick. I'm gonna turn on my light real quick. I think they killed everyone? I don't know. Oh, they came back. Okay. Yes! Okay. The dwarf Kadal senses anvils. What the fuck? Okay. Right, Fima's right eye was stabbed out. So they're a pirate now. Mouth was stabbed. Ooh, god. Right lower leg was smashed. Yeah, this elf got fucked up. Fima Leap Touch. Shot and killed by the dwarf. Okay. Dwarf attacked the elf. Panopu Packed Squids. Fourth toe, right foot was ripped off. Well, he has a little souvenir now. Struck down dwarf. Okay. Dwarf attacked the elf. Icky Gloss Growl. Third toe, left foot. Okay. Upper lip was torn out. Oh god. Savage. But you know what? These elves deserved it. For being fucking hypocrites. And attacked the, let's say, Thunder Prairie. Okay. Left hand was stabbed. Right ear was smashed. Whereas neck was stabbed. Oh god. Yeah. Struck down. Okay, yeah. Oh, renowned hatches clashed with 22 elves and Aegis merchants, slaying them. Clashed with 4. There were dwarves and Aegis merchant. There were dwarves conspiring with the elves. Traitors! Backstabbers! Benedict Arnolds! Slaying it, you know what? Yeah. Fucking traitors. Clash with 12 elves, slaying them. And clash with 2 elves, slaying them. Searched. The world of bolt flanks was looted from Age of... Oh, we actually get an artifact. The Razors of Humor. So, okay, we got them too. The Trees in the Age of Myth. We got some good stuff here. Looted treasure. Forces went rampage throughout. Then has fled. The Dabbling Blazes fled Aegis Merchant. The Grand Ox destroyed Aegis Merchant. Okay, so not everyone dead, but they took quite a few elves with them. And some traitorous dwarves. Hell yeah. I'm proud of you, dwarves. Let's see what you brought. 25 yeah, we got a lot of stuff here. Some puzzle boxes, some bows, some chests. As I got a bucket, got barn owls, 2 echidnas, a horse, 2 eagles, a fox, 2 badger sows, a barn owl, a fox, and an eagle. They brought large Valona, whatever that is. Maple breastplate. Why would you wear wood as armor? You might as well be wearing tissue paper. That'll probably provide more protection. 1 Oaken Crutch Ashen Yayura, whatever that is. Oaken Facis Melody Pipe. Okay. I don't think that's their capital, but they're in the most populated area. There's a smaller... It's 20, 30... There's another village here that has 100 people. Well, we've seen that they can easily take on 300 elves, or, you know, inhabitants here. They can easily take on 100 over here. You see this, you fucking elves? I just laid waste to your biggest city. You done fucked up. We got plenty of, yeah, we got plenty of our own villages here, but yeah. For this part, I'm going to systematically destroy all these villages around here. These elves, they become victims of their own hubris. There might be more, because they haven't returned yet. Glorious. Glorious bloodshed. Ah, went down the wrong pipe there. But I think once I get that water pump replaced to my car, and then I let do the coolant flush and the transmission fluid change, my car will be good. But the only thing is that check engine light, but that's because of the faulty PCM, and replacing that's gonna cost more than the car's worth. So I'm just gonna live with it. I'll just keep my scan tool on hand, just keep an eye out for any new codes that might show up. Granted, I will eventually replace those parts, because the codes are for the EGR valve, the O2 sensors, and the evap purge solenoid, I believe. But for some reason, AutoZone show me a replacement for the canister vent valve solenoid, which is a completely different part. I might replace that eventually, just for the heck of it. I'm not going to do it all at once. Just like here and there, I'll just replace this thing here, then maybe another week or so I'll replace these here. you know, it's nice to work on your own car, but you gotta know your limitations. Like, I don't have the tools to replace a water pump. Because I need like a special tool in order to take the fan out. Because I saw TRQ, they use like an air chisel, which I do not have. And it has to be a really long neck because the fan's actually in there. So, yeah, that's going to be, that would be a pain in the neck for me to do on my own. Pretty much everything involving, like, more complex parts of the cooling system, or, like, any suspension work, I'll leave that to the professionals. When it comes to, like, fluid changes, you know, changing out certain sensors and stuff like that, I can do that myself. I guess while I'm there, I'll get my tires rotated. I just gotta make sure they don't change the oil, because I already changed it up earlier this month. It's running fine. Running great. That Valvoline oil is pretty good. Granted, it's only been 1 month, and probably change it every 6 months. Maybe a year, but I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to change it every 6 months, just to be safe. I just realized I've been on this screen this whole time, but you know what? That's because I was busy, you know, basking in the glory of the annihilation of that elven capital. That is awesome. They were able to do it. I'm proud of you, dwarves. You all done Armok proud. Yeah, we'll try out the Modern Warfare 4 beta the weekend. Hopefully it'll be good, because I wasn't a huge fan of Modern Warfare 3. Right, it did get better over time, but... What's this? Eradicating monsters? Sure. Strapgrasses. It's like some old blues band or something. Why is there a naked human walking around? Fish cleaner. Why are you not wearing clothes? Anyway, let's check the... I might start setting up more bedrooms. Yeah, human swordsman. There you go. On the fort. I guess I'll start signing new bedroom areas now. Just as something to do while I'm talking about random shit. Yeah, I'll play the Modern Warfare 4 beta just to see how it is. If I'm not having a good time, I'll just hop back onto Battlefield 6. Or maybe I'll just play Koikatsu and Honey Select 2 again, like the lonely virgin I am. I can't wait for it to start cooling down. It's still... Oh, last few days were triple digits. Now it's like high 90s. And supposedly getting some rain. It teased us this morning. Saw a bunch of clouds in the sky, but it was mostly east of us. We got a very, very light sprinkle, but that's about it. Mother Nature teasing us. Meanwhile, the Northeast is getting hit with some cooler weather. Hey, Canada gonna bring some of that cold air down over to Texas? Just a thought. Right? It's quote-unquote cooling down, but it's still freaking hot. I mean, this is Texas we're talking about here. But... ah, fuck no. Like we still got like triple digit. We still have some triple digit days, as a matter of fact. Well, actually, it's mostly high 90s, but still. Okay, and the first week of September, we're still getting hot weather. It's insane. Oh, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start switching to a lower octane fuel, because for the last few years I've been using like the high grade stuff, like 93. But I looked up my particular car, and 87 octane's just fine for it. You really only need like higher octane fuel if you're like doing like heavy towing and stuff like that. You know, because the higher octane fuel helps like prevent knocking. Such high stress applications for the vehicle. If you're doing it, you also need to choose a thicker oil for your differential. I know a few might be shocked. I'm talking a lot more about cars now. At least what I know of, because you know, I've been watching like Scotty Kilmer, you know, Budget Mechanic, Chris Fix. You know, just get a little more knowledge about cars, because it's mainly so I can take care of the car I have now, because I can't really afford to buy a new car. Like, even a used car will cost like $4 grand, especially around here. So I figure I might as well make that car last as long as possible. That's why I'm kind of doing some of my own mechanic work on it. I mean, how hard is it to change out an oil filter and change your oil? You'd be surprised how many people don't change the oil regularly. If you've seen Mechanical Nightmare, you see there's like all these different cars going in the shops having like really rusty frames, like broken control arms, you know, ruined CV axles. But man, there's so many of them that not only don't change the oil regularly, they sometimes put the wrong fluid in their engines. Let's say they put coolant in their engines. You know, they put transmission fluid in the coolant reservoirs. Like, some people are too dumb to even own a car, let alone drive one. Like, I'm the dumbest person I know, and even I know how often you should change your oil. Heck, I even started changing my oil myself. Like, I changed it like earlier this month, and it went without a hitch. Okay, most of my dwarves are back. Any other reports on the attack? Nope. Yeah. I think we're gonna attack this little hillocks next. There's only like 20 people. I'll just send one, maybe 2 squads over there. But yeah, a squad of 80 demolished that capital area 300. So these elves don't stand a chance now. Why can't I? There we go. Okay, let's see. Now summer. We're still in summer. I wonder when the humans are gonna visit us again. Been a while since they had a merchant. Well, we technically had a merchant earlier, but I kind of killed them. Because they're fucking elves. Like, right... Just shortly after I killed the diplomat, literally the next video over, the caravan came in, I just killed the caravan. And that's why I started attacking their villages and stuff. I'm really hoping the elves will either surrender or just let us wipe them off the face of this planet. Either way, I win. See, nothing catch northern swamps, it's fine. Masterpiece. Still got a few more dwarves returning, but they did great. Those elves stood no chance. I don't think a single injuries report on our side. They're just cutting off the elves' toes, smashing their ears, You know, ripping off their lips and then killing them. These are the chosen of Armok. Okay, why is it not... There we go. I think it's because I have something else running in the background, but... Yeah. Yeah, I know I talked about this in a previous video, but I've done quite a bit of, like, minor maintenance things on my car over the last few months. I gotta change up my own oil. I clean my MAF sensor and my throttle body. So now next year I'm going to do a coolant flush. Change out the gear oil in my differential. Put in new brake fluid and new power steering fluid. And I actually cleaned my engine bay quite a bit. And I know what you're thinking, oh my god, why are you cleaning your engine bay? You're going to ruin something. You're going to ruin anything electronics. Well, Budget Mechanic did a little video. All you got to do is unplug the negative terminal of your battery. And your chance of shorting anything out is nil. What's that? Oh, ballista parts, okay. Okay, yeah, might as well just assign some more bedrooms, just to kill the time. But yeah, clean the MAF sensor, clean the throttle body. I put grease in my in the ball joints of my control arms, so that weird groaning noise is gone. You know, grease the caliper slide pins for my brakes. What else? Clean the battery. Nope. Clean the terminals. Put some protection spray on the terminals so they don't get corroded. And just did a little look around on my underside of the car, so I figured out where everything's at. I found a starter, so if I ever replace that, that'll be easy. Because in the last 10 years of driving and stuff, I had a car die on me twice, and both times I thought it was a battery. Well, first time technically was a battery. I was able to get it started, go there, but it died a second time, like not even a month later. And it was because the starter went bad. And like 5 years ago, on my nephew's Escape, we were getting oil changed, and the car suddenly just wouldn't start. And we took it to the shop again. It was a bad starter. But I did look it up for my car. It's pretty easy to replace a starter. Granted, the video I saw was like a different model, so there's a lot more stuff in the way. But I checked my car, it's really easy to get to, so if I need to replace a starter, I can. Granted, the starter was like $200 at AutoZone, but hey, no biggie. Now, they're trying not to bite off more than I can chew when it comes to car maintenance. Because I have several different car parts on my Amazon list. You know, I got wheel bearings, control arms, entire brake assemblies. I can't even do the brakes, technically. Even though I haven't done it myself, I've seen it. It's not that hard. At least when it comes to the pads and rotors. The calipers is a different story, but it can be done. Also sprayed a little bit of WD-40 so some bits of the inner side, like around the mufflers, the drive shaft. Because there were some rust spots, but it's not like flaking away or anything like that. It is an old car, but it's not nearly as bad on the other side as I thought it would be. It's not like some of these other ones I've seen where it's literally like breaking apart. Like man, it's just, I don't know how people drive in cars like that. Do they not? Can not take a few minutes of their day? You know, just check their car every once in a while just to make sure everything looks good and it's structurally sound. Because some of those parts that get rusted, they can pose potential safety hazards for you and other drivers. And the fact that some people willingly drive stuff like that, you know, it's very concerning. Okay. I think I'll call the video after setting up these bedrooms here. I may want to just get a video out a little early, just because I felt like it. And we actually have peace and quiet in this household now. But again, I feel bad for giving my niece the boot, but if her noise is affecting my sleep and thus affecting my line of work, I can't have that. So hopefully she takes this time to straighten up. Because actions have consequences. Or as Wings of Redemption would say, consequences of actions. 62 IQ right there. I think that's all of them. Okay. Well, at least at that floor, there's at least here, but I don't know if I'm going to be making any more bedrooms right now, because I got plenty up here already. And plus, I kind of want to make this place too big. What's this? Oh, cool, another monster hunter. Okay, let's just give him a bedroom. Alright. Okay, let me check one more time for the reports in case there's anything I missed. Nope, all good. So yeah, look at all these animals we have, jeez. Talk about spoils of war, am I right? We got some owls, we got bears that somehow aren't mauling my dwarves to death. Got some horses running around. I think we did good. By the way, how's this looking up here? Yeah, for those that don't know, I kind of spawned some lava up here just to fuck around, and yeah, there's like ash and stuff. There's a little water up here. I think I'm gonna make another grazing area so these new animals don't starve. Let's see. Okay, there's one there. One there. So I have 4 pastures. I'm not sure why the animals aren't going there. And for some reason there are skeletons here. And all these villages still haven't got rid of these skeletons over here. Maybe they're just leaving because it adds to the ambience or something, I don't know. So anyway, I think that's going to conclude this video, comrades. A bit shorter than my usual Dwarf Fortress videos, but the big thing, we destroyed that elven capital. I think that's the capital? I'm not sure. Their fortress, let's say the fortress. But we still got a bit more to go, and you better believe in the next few videos this will all be gone. It'll take some time, though, but it'll so be worth it. So anyway, this is Unforgiven Caleb, signing out. You have a good day.
Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls, cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all, if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never real.